So my name is Adam Olsson. I'm from Sweden, Gothenburg. What I'm educated in is game design and programming, and now web development. I have a bachelor's degree in game design and programming. I just graduated the Code Chrysalis Immersive last week. After I graduated high school, I kind of just went for game development, and I kind of got stuck with it, but in a good way. I quite liked it quite a lot, and so I continued, and that's also why I went into Code Chrysalis, because I want to further my coding skills, and I think I really did that. I have wanted to study in Japan for a long while. This would allow me to do that. I talked with my friends who are more into coding than I was back then, and they also said that, oh yeah, it looks good. So I decided to just do it. Most people said that if you can finish the pre-course, then the course itself you will be able to finish, and I think that rings true. So for me, since I already had a coding background a bit, it's what I needed to do was learn the basics of JavaScript, which is quite different from C# and C++, just in the way you write it. So I had to get used to that a little bit. And well, I had to pass the exams, right? The technical interviews. So I had to do a couple of attempts at those. But after the second time, I felt that I was making really good progress. And then I did much better and finished it very quickly. I mostly just had general fears, oh, what if my course mates aren't good, nice people to be around, what if I don't learn anything, what if I hate being in Japan, and those fears were pretty much all proven wrong, or not justified, which is really nice. I really like my course mates. I really like being in Japan for a lot of reasons. I feel like I gained a lot of perspective on my coding ability through the course. It was very helpful to work with others in the course. Definitely, yeah, definitely. You're not gonna work alone in the industry, pretty much no matter what. If you're doing games, if you're doing web dev, you're not gonna work alone unless you're doing a solo project for some reason. You need to get feedback from other people, and there's no people that can give you better feedback than the people you actually work with. So just for that, it's super worth. So it was very good. I think it was very encompassing of a lot of different subjects, and I feel personally I have a pretty good grasp on what I have to do for software development. I know I can put together a website if I want to, or different kinds of apps specifically for that. So yeah, for that it's very good. And one thing I like about the curriculum is that it also gives opportunity to delve into specific things you want yourself. I specifically worked a bit with sockets and WebRTC connections, which not anyone else in my cohort focused on. I like the approach to giving problems and letting us tinker with them. And generally giving support, but a lot of the course is us figuring things out on our own a lot, or encountering problems on our own rather, and trying to solve them. I really like that. I think that's really helpful. And now that's my favorite thing. I quite like my course mates, of course. I think we hit it off quite well, especially towards the end. I also like the opportunity to do work on your own projects a bit. We have projects where we can decide on what we want to do ourselves. I like that. That's pretty fun, and interests me do stuff that I'm interested in. I made games when we did our own projects, solo projects, so that. So if you are interested in programming, and perhaps more specifically if you have a great interest in web development, or if you are just interested in Japan, then I think it is a really good opportunity to come here and do something really worthwhile with your time, I think. Because I think I have personally learned a lot. I don't really have any regrets in regards to the course. I feel like I got my money's worth out of it. I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like I met people I like, and just like valuable life experience. Like if we're talking about like regrets, I feel like 3 months is not enough to really experience all that Tokyo has to offer. Like Tokyo never really ends. There's just like always something to go look at or do. I'm very into game development, so that's where my heart is. That is where I will like ultimately search for. But now like I also have like the avenue of web development open for me, so I will be looking for app as well. And I think personally I'm looking primarily for jobs in Sweden for like the short term at least, but I'm definitely thinking about coming back here.